On today's video tutorial, we are going to be talking about driver profiles. A couple things to know up front is you can have more than one profile. You can have more than two profiles. In fact, I know some people that have up to 5 profiles in their car. And the reason for that is that you may have multiple people that use your car. Maybe you have you and your spouse plus a few other of your children, if you're that brave enough to let them drive your car. And so they all kind of use the car. So it's nice to have profiles. So what's the point of a profile? Well, for example, I am 6'1". My wife is 5'4". So our seating methods in the car, where the steering wheel is, where the chair sits and all that, the mirrors, that's all different in a big way between her and I. So what the profiles allow you to do is when you get in the car, you can set it on your profile, she can set it on her profile, and then the car just automatically adjusts to what your settings are, as well as other things on the dash, but we won't get into that in this video. On this video, we're gonna talk about how to set them up, and then a little bit about easy entry mode and really what that does. So now to set up your profile, it's all found up here. You can see my name is right there. That's really how you know where your profile is. Now keep in mind, profiles is different than keys, okay? If you're trying to set up a new key, you come under here to locks and you click add right there. A profile is different. A profile, you're gonna just click up here on the little person, and it's gonna pull up all the people that are already registered. You see I have myself, easy entry, which we'll talk about in a minute. Oops. We have my wife Amber, and then valet mode. Okay, so we're gonna click right here on the little box that says driver profile settings. And on here, you basically have all of your controls for your profile. Those exact same profiles I listed earlier are all found right here. So you can see here we have add a new driver. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a new profile for someone named Bob. So we come in here, type his name in Bob, and then you're gonna hit create profile. That's gonna bring up your first adjustment you're gonna be setting at, which shows you can do your mirrors or your steering wheel. You can do them in any order, but let's just go left to right. When you click on mirrors, it's very simple. Left is selected, the big blue means it's selected. Okay, then you're gonna click on, do you want your mirrors to auto tilt? So that means when you're in reverse, the mirrors will point down towards the ground, and then auto fold. So when you turn your car or put your car in park, the mirrors will fold up like this. So one thing is when you're, for example, washing your car, sometimes you can come in here. It's really easy. Just click on your name up top and turn that off so your mirrors stay open while you're washing your car. That's one way to do that. That's annoying. A lot of people ask me about that. So we're going to do the left first. And so all you do is you use your left steering wheel over here, and you just adjust this left or right. Just click right and left, and then scroll up and down to control, and it's all right here for you, where you want your mirrors to be. It's very similar to like most cars. Do the left, do the right, and then when you're done, just exit that off, then come back here to the steering wheel. And again, when you roll this, you can see the steering wheel adjusts based on that. And then when you go right, in and out like that, I have mine set all the way far away from me right now. It's gonna just set where you want your steering wheel to be. It's very, very simple, very self-explanatory. Now you'll see this up here that it says save. Okay, and you've got, again, the mirrors and you got the steering wheel there. Anytime you're in a profile and you do some kind of an adjustment to your mirrors, it's going to pop up this thing that says save, and you can just tap save on there and it's going to resave to Bob's profile. Okay, so for example, let's say that you're driving and you're like, my mirrors actually aren't right. So you come in here to quick controls on your settings, you click on mirrors, and let's say we tilt this a little bit to the right there. Well, all of a sudden that pops up again, you hit save, and then that profile will be automatically saved like that again. You won't have to adjust that again in the future. And it works the exact same with your seats, okay? Because when you sit in your car, you're gonna adjust your seats. So watch this. You can't see me right now because it's looking at the screen, but watch, I'm gonna move my seat back just a little bit. And boom, it pops right up like that again. I can hit save, or I can restore it to its original settings that I had it at. But it's all done right there. So now let's talk about that easy entry mode. So if we come up here back into profiles, you saw underneath Bob's name here that there was this easy entry mode. So what easy entry is, and we'll go to it here, is a profile you create, okay, and it's in here. It's just ready to be created. And what it does is it makes the seats, when you put your car into park, basically lift you up and out wherever you set those settings at. Okay, so for example, I'm in drive right now. So let's just say I came up to my driveway. I'm sitting here, I'm still in my profile. As soon as I hit this right here to put the car in park, see how the steering wheel goes back, the seat's sliding back and up. I set it all this way because it makes it easy for me to get out. I want to be up off the ground as high as I can be to make it easy to step out of the car. On the same hand, when I get into the car, I want the seat to be high so I can sit in. And then what happens when I put it into my foot onto on the brake and then put it into drive? See, it's gonna all go back down now to my profile. The car is, you know, the steering wheel goes down and forward and or back towards me a little bit. So it's just kind of set up to what I want to be. And so there's really only one, well, there is only one easy entry mode. So you just basically set it for what's best for everybody. And then when you come into the profiles here, okay, you go back in your profile settings and you're under anyone you want to use the profile, you just click the checkbox under their name. So my wife has it, I have it, our new guy, Bob, will now have it. And just like that, Bob have it, you saw that thing say saved up top and you're good to go. So now let's say that Bob ticked you off and you don't want Bob to use your car anymore. You just simply come and hit delete. See how easy that is? There's nothing to these profiles. It's really quite simple. So now you don't need a Tesla app or a Tesla login or anything like that to have a profile. So you could be the only one that actually has a Tesla key, for example, but you can create 2 or 3 other profiles for the car for other people. Now, they obviously have to be able to get into the car to access the profile, so they'll most likely have the key. But if you're with them sitting on the passenger seat, they could just select any profile they wanted over there. You could have multiple profiles for yourself. I've seen people that have profiles for when they're in a, you know, racing mode, or when they're in just a relaxed mode. They just tap it like Cody 1, Cody 2, Cody 3, name it racing, relax, whatever, and it just adjusts for them. I've seen people that have it in a happy, sad, or mad mode where they have different things all set for that. So now one question I get a lot is are the presets down there on the screen, like your radio stations and all that, are they individual based on the profile? Right now they are not. And if they are, I haven't figured out how to make them that way. So if some of you guys know how to do that, let me know in the comments. But like, for example, I set favorite stations on mine for the streaming, and they're the same under my wife, and she's never set any. And she certainly wouldn't set the same ones as me, but they're the same. Same thing with radio stations. They're the same on both profiles. There may be a way to do it, but I'm pretty sure there's not at this point. Now let's answer a question that I get asked a lot about as well, and that is that, do you have to actually press the profile button? Do you actually have to come in here and press and select who you want it to be every time you get in the car? As of today, when this video is being made, the answer is still yes, okay? There are weird times when I get in the car and my wife is driving last and it does go to me, and there are times when my wife gets in the car and it does go to her, but it's not every time, and I don't know why. Like when I got in today, it was my wife's settings were on. It started, you know, putting my knees right into my chest. So I had to quickly go out there, tap it, and switch it to myself. And same thing for her sometimes. Other times it does seem to work. I'm not really sure. I haven't quite figured out how that all works. I do know that Elon back in May had tweeted that he's going to set profiles per phone, but there's always the confusion of, if me and my wife both get in the car at the same time, how does the car know when both our phones are here which profile to go to? So I'm sure that is coming, but I haven't noticed it obvious here, and I haven't seen it in any notes written on an update yet. Again, I could be wrong on this, and if I am, please, you know, put the correction down below in the comments. I'm not an expert on that front. All I do know for sure is that a lot of times I get in the car and my knees go into my chest when my wife is nowhere around. So I know it's not working well if it is there, but I know that Elon has said that is coming. So anyway, that's how you set up profiles. That's how you set up easy entry. Just when you get in the car, just go right out there and tap your profile, and then, you know, all this settings for the seats and mirrors and all that will be set up for you then. I hope this helps. See you on the next video. Thanks again for watching another one of my videos. If you haven't already, please take a second and like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more and more content. So here's what you can expect. Every week my goal is to put out 3 videos. The next one in the tutorial series, an autopilot driving challenge video, as well as a product review. So now I just want to thank my patrons. Your support means the world to me. Thank you for believing in me and supporting this channel. And if you're looking for some accessories for your Model 3 or your Model Y, just go down below in the description. I've got codes to all kinds of products down there to save you a bunch of money while you're tricking out your car. Thanks again. See you soon.